Delta Force, inside the world's most secret SOF. In this story, we go where most people cannot. We go into a world of silence, speed, and very high stakes. We explore a unit so secret that even its official name is often unknown to the public. The 1st Special Forces Operational Detachment, Delta, 1st SFOD-D. People usually call it Delta Force or simply Delta, and within Special Operations, it's sometimes known as Combat Applications Group, CAG, or the unit. Delta Force is one of the most elite military units on Earth. It's part of the United States Army, but it answers to a special command called the Joint Special Operations Command, JSOC. JSOC oversees the most secret missions that the US military has ever launched. Because of this, Delta Force often stays hidden from public view, and many of its missions are still classified. In the 1970s, the world faced a rising wave of terrorism. Governments struggled to stop attacks on civilians, diplomats, and military targets. The United States, aware of this danger, saw that it needed a new kind of force, a force that could act fast, a force that could strike with precision, a force that could operate in silence. Colonel Charles Charlie Beckwith was a veteran soldier who had seen war and studied the best special forces in the world. He spent time training with Britain's famed Special Air Service, SAS, and came home convinced that the US needed a unit like it. Beckwith spent years pushing for the idea. Finally, on the 19th of November 1977, Delta Force was officially created at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. From the beginning, Delta's purpose was clear. It would be the Army's top unit for counter-terrorism and hostage rescue, capable of going anywhere in the world on short notice and getting the job done. Most soldiers serve in large groups, trained for standard combat and set missions. Delta's operators, by contrast, are chosen for their ability to think and act independently under pressure. They're not ordinary soldiers. They're elite warriors trained for dangerous and precise missions that few others can handle. Delta Force does more than fight. It plans, it trains together, it learns from the enemy. Its missions are often of the highest importance. Some are public, but many are not. Its soldiers must be physically strong, mentally tough, and ready for anything. Delta Force does not take new soldiers directly from basic Army training. Instead, it chooses from among already experienced units such as the 75th Ranger Regiment or the Special Forces Groups, Green Berets. These soldiers are already strong, skilled, and tested under fire. The first step is selection. This is a grueling process where candidates face intense physical tests, navigation challenges, and mental stress. They may be asked to run, swim, climb, carry heavy loads, and navigate in the dark. They must prove they can remain calm even when exhausted and unsure of what comes next. The dropout rate is high. Most soldiers do not make it through. Those who pass the selection then enter the operator training course. This may last many months. Here they learn close quarters battle, precision shooting, breaching doors, demolitions, driving under stress, surveillance, and many other skills. The course is designed to turn good soldiers into great leaders under fire. Delta Force's most famous missions often involve saving hostages, capturing terrorists, or destroying dangerous targets. Because the unit is so secret, many of these missions were not publicly known until years later. Some remain classified, meaning details are still unknown to the public. One early mission was Operation Eagle Claw in 1980, an attempt to rescue American hostages held in Tehran, Iran. Delta Force was part of the plan. For many reasons, the mission failed, and several servicemen died. The lessons from that attempt reshaped how the United States conducted special operations in the future. In the 1980s and 1990s, Delta Force took part in several key operations. In Grenada 1983 and Panama 1989, Delta operators helped rescue hostages and capture forces in hostile territory. In Somalia 1993, during the famous Battle of Mogadishu, popularized by the book and movie Black Hawk Down, Delta Force fought alongside other units in a dangerous urban battle that tested every skill they had. Further, Delta Force took part in capturing Manuel Noriega in Panama and was involved in many classified raids in places like Iraq and Afghanistan. Through these missions, the unit's reputation for courage and precision continued to grow. Delta Force became known not just for its combat skills, but for its role in global security. After the September 11 attacks in 2001, Delta was among the first special units to respond. The wars in Afghanistan and Iraq brought new challenges, tracking down terrorist leaders, rescuing prisoners, and dismantling terror cells. One mission that became public was the raid that killed Islamic State leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi in 2019. Delta operators, along with other special forces and intelligence elements, carried out this dangerous mission deep inside Syria. More recently, Delta was reported to have led the operation that resulted in the capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife during a military campaign by the United States. This event captured global attention and showcased the unit's capability to act far from home in high-risk situations. Delta Force has also been involved in operations against Al-Qaeda and other extremist groups, making it one of the most active and capable special units in the world. Delta Force does not fight as large armies do. Its teams are small. Sometimes just a few men enter hostile territory in silence. They may arrive at night using helicopters or vehicles. They rely on speed, surprise, and superior skill to overwhelm larger forces. They operate in plain clothes, blending into crowds for intelligence missions. They carry advanced weapons, night vision gear, and communication devices that allow them to stay connected to support even deep behind enemy lines. Because of the secrecy, there are myths and stories about Delta that are not true. Movies and games sometimes exaggerate missions or make heroes out of lone individuals. In reality, Delta's success depends on teamwork, detailed planning, and support from pilots, intelligence analysts, medics, and others. Being a Delta operator is not easy. It demands sacrifices. Operators may be away from home for long periods. They cannot share many details with loved ones because of security. They also carry a mental burden, knowing that each mission could be dangerous or even deadly. But for those who survive, it is a calling, a chance to protect others in the most difficult situations. Today, Delta Force's existence has reshaped how nations think about special operations and counter-terrorism. Countries around the world have watched and learned from how the United States trains and deploys its most secret warriors. Despite changes in warfare and global threats, Delta's mission remains the same: to tackle problems that no one else can. They prepare for the unknown, expect danger, and act with speed when every second matters. Delta Force is more than a unit. It's a model for how elite teams operate in a complex world. It shows that training is as important as courage. It proves that a few well-trained people can make a big difference. In war, sometimes the quietest forces change the loudest battles. In the world of special forces, names like Delta Force are cemented in history. They mark bravery, precision, and a willingness to step into danger when others cannot. This is why, for many people around the world, Delta Force represents the cutting edge of courage and skill in modern warfare.